Hi everybody, and welcome to this video that I've entitled "What's Roy Nell Like?" I'm so glad you asked that question, and I've been wanting to make this video for a while now, and as usual I procrastinate, which is rather surprising since I keep on blabbing about how passionate I am about videography and passionate this and passionate that and passionate about using soap and passionate about laying my head down on a pillow and passionate about putting food in my mouth and, well, passionate about everything, you know, but my real passion actually is videography. So in this video I'll show you guys, I'll tell you a little bit about myself and what Roy Nell really is like. What kind of character he's got, his personality, and what you see is what you get, as they say, in a term that's pretty much obsolete these days in computer terminology. If any of you guys are as old as I am, you would have heard the term WYSIWYG, WYSIWYG, yeah, WYSIWYG, WYSIWYG. So what you see is what you get. Now, I don't want to go too much off topic, but let me just explain what you see is what you get, what that term means, WYSIWYG. Back in the day when printers were rather antiquated, and they could only really print dots, you know, like word processors. They could only be used in conjunction with word processors. There were no inkjet printers in those days. But then the WYSIWYG technology came out, in that what you see is what you get. Whatever you saw on your computer monitor, the printer was able to print exactly what you saw on your computer monitor. And that in those days was actually amazing technology. Obviously these days it's not new technology anymore. Every single printer you buy is a WYSIWYG printer. So the WYSIWYG technology, what you see is what you get, is old hat. It's old technology, and it just applies to every printer in existence today. Okay, well, having given you that useless information, let me get down to telling you what I'm like. Personality wise, I'm a friendly guy. I actually don't have a single violent bone in my body. Having said that, you know, and this is due to my sense of humour, and please don't take this the wrong way, but um, I sometimes I make jokes, and I'm always looking at the adverts on TV, and like Rebelsis and Emerge Trampiant with Trampire, and I mean, some of these adverts are just so crazy. I think a lot of them were made by Looney Tunes, you know. And what's that other one? Ozempic. They explain to you all these. They tell you what these medications can do for you. And this is the funny thing. They tell you what these medications can do for you, and then they tell you about all the side effects that these medications can possibly have on you, and they even mention death. So why are they even advertising the things? I mean, really. Now, this is why blah 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 blah, you must take it blah 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 blah, and then well, you must just be careful and talk to your doctor if you should take this stuff, because it just might cause you to die, kind of thing. See what I mean? Crazy adverts, crazy. So I'm a very friendly guy. I'm a very outgoing person. I actually don't like to be at home. Really, there are reasons for being at home, and I enjoy watching YouTube very much. I like these scam baiting videos. The first guy that I started watching, he goes by the name of Pierogi, and you can look up his YouTube channel. It's Scammer Payback, and he hacks into the computers and gives scammers a taste of their own medicine. Naked Burger is another good one. So scam baiting in general, I like to watch those videos on YouTube. So something else that I like to do at home is sort out music. Music is a huge part of my life, and I'm hoping a lot of ladies are going to be watching this video, and not to let the cat out of the bag too much, but I want this video to help ladies understand me better, that they haven't, some of them would have already met me in person and others not. They would have maybe watched this video first, and but I'm hoping this video will help them to understand me better. When I just a side note on this, when I first came to America in May 2020, and my mother and I arrived in the middle of COVID. We got on an expatriation flight, and we got here in the middle of COVID, and a lot of people ask me, every single new person that I meet asks me, where are you from? Are you from Australia? Are you from New Zealand? Are you from Britain? And I said, no. No. Dude, I'm from South Africa. South Africa. And then they go, oh, we see. I say, yep, I'm from South Africa. Pleased to meet you too. So, also another character trait of mine is that I have a lot of sympathy and compassion for people who are hurting. And I think that's a good thing and a bad thing, because I can get used and abused, and I'll give you further details on that a bit later on in this video. I'm the first person to offer a shoulder to cry on when someone is hurting. The very first person. For example, if I happen to be shopping in Walmart and I hear a child crying somewhere in the store, and hear a child crying in the store, I will immediately start turning around and to try and find out from which direction the crying is coming. I don't know what it is about kids crying that just gets me. I know whether they're getting disciplined or not, or they're tired, or they're hurt. Maybe they fell and hurt their knee or whatever. It just really distresses me to hear a child crying. Babies too. Oh yeah, babies as well. So when I hear children crying, for whatever reason, I turn around in the store and try and find out where the crying's coming from and what is actually going on. And it happens with older people as well. I just have generally speaking, I have a soft spot in my heart for people who are hurting. When they cry, I cry with them, and my heart goes out to them. And now to get to the part that I said I was going to say this. This is a good thing and it's a bad thing. The bad thing about me having a soft spot for people who are hurting is that I've been used and abused myself. I've actually been diagnosed with high functioning autism. It used to be called Asperger's syndrome, but now they've decided to they decided to combine it with the autism spectrum. So now you get people who are low functioning, the people who are high functioning. The low functioning people are the ones that they don't talk, they don't socialize, and they keep mostly to themselves. Whereas I'm on the high functioning end of the spectrum. Friends, that I am intelligent, I do speak. I love to socialize, but generally speaking, for people on the high functioning end of the autistic spectrum, it's really difficult to make friends. It's because a lot of people don't understand what autism actually means. They don't bother to try and they try and understand how it impacts someone like me and impacts a person like you, because it will impact a person like you and all of the people around me. And I can remember one incident where College of the Desert, that I used to study there, when I didn't feel like they were helping me to progress my career in any definite constructive sort of direction. And I was just relaxing on my bed here, same bed here, and I get a phone call from this Leslie Quinones at College of the Desert, and she phones me up to tell me that there's a long line of people at the college who are complaining about me. And when I asked why are they complaining, what are they complaining about, what have I done? And she seemed to think that I was supposed to know what I'd done. But how do you know that you haven't done something unless you need to be told that you've done something so that you don't do it again? But she didn't make me feel very welcome in the college after that, because she said, if you behave like this on this campus again, you're out, buddy. So I haven't been back to College of the Desert since, and I just quit my studies there and moved on with life. So that was they're supposed to be in. Leslie's supposed to be in the department for students who are disabled. So they're supposed to know about autism, but clearly they don't. And that's rather sad. So in order to have some real friends in life, I believe that it would be nice to have friends that can really understand my high functioning autism spectrum disorder and how it affects me and affects you and everybody else around me, because it does have a big impact, and it can make a lot of people angry and annoyed with me. It requires a lot of patience and understanding. So I'm that type of person that requires a lot of patience and understanding. If I've caused some sort of trouble, then please, you need to tell me and just be very, very patient with me. Okay, I'll cut there, and the next section of this video that I'm going to bring up is this video is going to be will about myself and my hobbies and my interests in general. So I'll try not to make this video too long. So maybe half an hour at the most. The next topic that I'd like to come up with is music. Now, Roy Nell wouldn't be Roy Nell if there wasn't music in his life. I can play the piano, but I will admit I'm slacking off a bit these days. And I've got a nice keyboard, a Hamza, and it's a nice keyboard, but like I say, I'm slacking off a bit, and I feel bad about that. I've got a lot of music on my laptop, tons of it, and I like all sorts of music. Now, I'm very sorry, that was Gertie, my smartwatch, talking to me. This is my smartwatch, Gertie. She helps keep me fit. She tells me to get up off my butt, and I've been sitting for too long. And when I do get up and do some good walking around, she congratulates me and they keep it up, come, you can do it. So until such time as I have a flesh and bones girlfriend, she's the only girlfriend I've got. So, but yeah, I'd love to have a flesh and bones girlfriend. So I've got a lot of music on my laptop. I like old school retro 80s music very much. As I was born in 1975, so I basically grew up with 80s music, so with the likes of George Michael and Supertramp. I like Supertramp very much. Elton John, Billy Joel, and yeah, all the usual, the big musicians that you found in the 80s. I also have a big love for synthesizers. Now, there was one computer which I will name in a moment that started my love for synthesizers. Just think of the most expensive synthesizer you've ever come across in your entire life. Maybe something like the Moog or the Roland or Yamaha. And there are a lot of companies out there that make super high-end professional synthesizers. They're not just keyboards or just pianos. They're full-blown synthesizers. And I have a love for synthesized music involving things like, I know quite a bit about synthesized music, such as you get sawtooth, pulse, triangle waveforms, and there are a whole lot of things that come together to make different synthesized sounds. So in this video I'm going to put a clip of synthesized music from a computer I'm going to tell you about now. Okay, well I'll start by telling you that many years ago I had some friends in a place where I used to live called Krachbron, sort of a krach Ron. It's yeah, South Africa, the Afrikaans language is pronounce things rather differently. And I don't know, a friend named Stephen Dybel, and he had a sister named Alison, and Alison had this computer called the Commodore 64. The Commodore 64 had a built-in synthesizer chip. I'm sure everybody's seen a microchip, haven't you? I'm sure you have. It's just a little black thing like that, you know. Well, needless to say, all computers contain microchips, but inside the Commodore 64 there was a microchip called the SID 6581 sound chip, which was really something quite special, and I'll tell you why. It was called the SID chip for sound interface device. It was literally like a Moog or a Roland or Yamaha analog synthesizer built into one tiny little chip, just like this, with mono 3-channel sound. And and if you were a clever musician and programmer, you could get a fourth voice out of it, 4 sound channels. So I went to his house one day, see, and he was playing a game called Monty on the Run. It was like any other, the usual computer games that you kids like to play these days, except that the Commodore 64 in those days was the 80s retro version of a Sony PlayStation 4, you know. So imagine, so I walked into his house, and I saw Stephen had the Commodore 64 connected to his hi-fi and his TV. So just to use an analogy, think about a young boy who's been playing cassettes, CDs or cassettes all his life, and he's known nothing. He knows nothing different to cassettes. He's played music from cassettes all his life, and then suddenly he goes and visits a friend's house and experiences like 7.1 surround sound home theater system, coupled together with a smart TV with ultra high definition smart TV. So straight from a little CRT, black and white TV, and then suddenly he goes to a friend's house, and his friend has got a ultra high definition smart TV connected to a home theater system with 7.1 surround sound. And I saw this lot, and my eyes fell out of my head. My ears fell off. If there was something to fall off or fall out, it fell off and it fell out. I saw Steve playing Monty on the Run, and for that time, the color graphics for that Commodore of its time were just amazing. And so I actually asked Steve to record the music for Marching on the Run to cassette. And since then, I've had the music for Marching on the Run put on my phone as an MP3. But I'd actually like to share with you guys what this music sounds.